Hey, what's up, guys? This is Frank. This is workout footage from Sunday, January 7th. Was feeling pretty good coming into this workout after a week of pretty high volume and some poor recovery, but I had a couple days off from the gym on Friday and Saturday, so felt good coming into this. Even mentally, looking at doing 3x6 this week versus 5 sets of 7 the week before. So I did bump up the weight. Last week I hit 5x7 with around 315 pounds. So went up to 327 here and hit a 3x6, and things went really well. I did, by the end of the day on this day, my legs were feeling super fatigued, like way more than I would have expected from doing this work, and that's probably just because of some residual fatigue from the week before. Obviously, from week to week, you're going to carry over some fatigue, especially after a higher volume week. So I'm actually pretty happy this week. My competition lifts are going to be deloads. Basically, I'm just hitting 3x3s with around 60% of my training max on my competition squats, bench, and deadlift. Still going to be hitting some decent volume, though, on my variations. So this was a push day, and this was my my second set here. And things, like I said, moving pretty well. These have been feeling really good lately. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to keep this variation and the other variations in my training as we get closer to the meet. Right now here, this is around 9 or so weeks out, I think. Probably around 9 weeks out from my meet coming up on April 16th. So, like I said, volume is still high, and we're going to just gradually taper things off, get more specific to my competition lifts, increase the intensity and decrease the volume as we get a little bit closer. So I'm looking forward to what my training is going to look like over the next several weeks. This is the final week of a 4-week block for me, and then we're going to really get into programming for the meet. So probably a 4 or 5 week block coming up after this, and then a final 4-week block right up to the meet. So this was my last set here, and I rated this at an RPE 8.5. So that means that I had definitely 1 rep left in the tank, and possibly 2. Always been doing just beltless on these safety squats. I don't really see a need to put a belt on. The weight's not extremely heavy compared to what I'm capable of with a competition style squat, and the intensity is not too high. I don't think I do any less than 6 reps on this movement. So that was the last one there. Moving on, I did also do bench today. I just didn't throw it in the title because it did not fit the alliteration. So here is board presses. These are 259 here. So I think a month ago I hit this 3x6 with 254 pounds. And so this time I decided to increase it up to 259. And the last time, a month ago, with 254, I hit an RPE 8.5 on my final set. So was debating between going to 259 or 264. Decided to play it a little bit safer. Didn't really see the point in pushing it too hard, possibly failing reps or risking, some kind of injury or anything on a variation lift where it doesn't really matter how strong I get on them. Obviously I want to progress, but I don't need to push it too hard. So these felt pretty good, probably a little bit better than I was expecting. And like I said, with the safety squats, not sure how much longer these are going to stay in. I am currently still benching 3 days per week though. The other lifts I'm just doing twice. So possibly we'll keep these in a little bit longer. Going to try to figure out how to best prepare my bench for the meet, just because it's always been the toughest lift for me in competition. So we'll see how much longer, and hopefully this will give me some carryover, because right where the second board puts the bar is usually my sticking point. So I'm really hoping that I will finally see some progress on my bench come meet time. So I ended up hitting the same reps and sets at the same RPE with 5 pounds heavier than last month. So I was happy with that. So that's it for the training footage. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Hey, what's up guys? It's Frank. It is 5:30 on Super Bowl Sunday. It's February 7th. I'm going to make some snacks for the game. Just staying in with the fiance here. We're not doing too much tonight. We're gonna watch a game and wanted to make a couple of snacks and decided to make some things that are probably a little bit more macro friendly than the traditional game day foods. So I wanted to show you guys what I was making here. So first thing I'm going to do is make this French onion dip with these Lipton recipe secrets. So I'm gonna use 1 pack, which looks like this. So the macros on this are not much really, it's just basically spices. So there are 2 packs in here, so this would be half, probably times 4. So 16 carbs in the entire pack. And I'm gonna mix this packet with Greek yogurt instead of sour cream that the recipe calls for. So I'm just gonna do 500 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt, which will obviously not have any fat and will have a decent amount of protein. So that's for 227 grams. So I'm gonna do the whole pack, and this is honestly like the easiest thing you could ever make. So even if you guys don't really know how to cook or like to cook, you should try this, and it is pretty good. I've had it before. And that's what it looks like when it's all mixed together. Literally takes a couple of minutes or less. So what I'm gonna eat these with are just some pita chips that I made. These are Joseph's pitas here. So I haven't had these in forever, and I just saw Travis on his channel make some pita pizzas with these, which Harry and I used to do all the time back in 2014 when we were prepping for our bodybuilding shows. So got my Angus pepper to pick these up. So this is what we're looking at for 1 pita, 2 grams of fat, 9 carbs with 4 fiber, and then 6 grams of protein. So I just did 2 pitas there and just toasted them in the oven for like 10 minutes or so, just until they got crispy. So going to have that. And then the last thing I made are these chickpeas or garbanzo beans, and just toasted them in the oven so they're like crispy, and just added some spices. So I'll show you guys how I made this.
From the defensive side, we can't let anything up over the top. Often in these games early, you'll see players exhausted. What signs will you look for you guys to make sure they're handling the moment prepared initially? So he's going to start with our own issues joined by Miller.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know if you try any of these recipes or have any other ideas. Some recipes like this that might be good and not so heavy in the calories. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.